Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I wanted to share 5 must-have accessories for your Sony a7C for video shooting. So let's get started. Alright, number 1 on the list is definitely an additional battery. You can get the Sony genuine battery for better battery life, or you can get the Amazon third-party batteries that comes with dual charger, and I'll put the link in the description below. That's an affiliate link. You can check it out. The reason I got that because it comes with the dual charging option, so I don't have to just charge the battery on the standard charger. I can put 2 batteries in. It comes with a pouch, so it's easy to carry the 3 additional batteries that I have. So it all makes sense to go with that option for almost half the price of Sony. So I think if you're just starting out experimenting with the camera, it's better to first try out the Amazon battery. It still lasts, it's almost a year. I didn't have to use the second battery that much, but the charger always comes handy. Sony has a dual charger, but it's expensive. So for half price of a Sony battery, you can get a dual charger and the battery with a case, so you can just keep your battery safe and put it in the backpack when you're traveling. So these batteries run for almost half day if you're continuously shooting. So 2 batteries should be good enough for you to run through the entire day. Alright, number 2 in my list is the mic. So you need some form of the mic. Typically I use this mic. So this is the Sony ECM B1M microphone. This is a digital microphone. I always use this because I don't have to worry about any hissing sound because of the cord that goes from the typical mic. I have connected for this video the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, but it has a cord that goes back onto the camera. And the good thing with this is you can use with A7R4 and any newer cameras like A7C, A7S III. It has a digital pin here, so that goes on top of the hot shoe mount, so there is no additional wire. You can just slide it in and you get digital audio, so all the conversion happens here. You can still use this with the older version of the camera such as the A7 III, but the digital option won't work. So there is a switch back here to change from analog to digital if you're using latest camera, and if you're using older camera, turn it back to analog, and that should take care of it. The other switch here takes care of if you're using the mic in front of you, or you want multi-directional omni sound, or you just want the sound from the back, so those can be controlled from those buttons. Then you have a noise cancellation, low cut and off filter. So if you want to use any of those filter or completely turn it off, you can do that. And you can also increase your sound going into the mic, increase to by 10 or 20 decibel, and you can always adjust the audio levels using this knob here. So I keep it at 5 and the levels on my Sony body at around 18 or 17, so that gives me perfect sound, and it has good bass to the sound, so I really like using this mic. I have a video on this channel. If you want to check it out, I'll put the link here and also in the description, where I tested the Sony a7C inbuilt mic, this mic, and the Rode and the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, and also the Shure SM7B. I have compared all the sound. I think I personally like this mic because of its simplicity. You don't have to worry much about anything. There is a micro USB kind of connection here. That's how you can connect it to update the firmware or things like that. It also comes with this nice dead cat that goes on top of the mic. So if you put that in, you can actually use it in windy conditions, and it does a good job cutting out any wind sound. So I highly recommend this. It's kind of expensive for a mic. I think So I got it on a deal, used for almost half the price, because B&H had a deal where it was going for $150 lower. So instead of buying from B&H, I showed that price to someone, private party selling it, and asked them if they can reduce the price even better. And since B&H was selling at a lower price, they agreed to even give me this mic for a better price. So look out for such options. Otherwise, if this is too expensive for you, then Rode Video Mic or Video Micro would still be a better good option, but you need to have some external mic for good audio quality. Third accessory on my list is definitely an ND filter. So I have multiple ND filters, but the one that I use the most is either the Tiffin one, which is again a variable ND filter, as you can see here. And this has no particular stop, it just rotates freely. So there is a min and a max, and I use it with the 20mm f1.8 Sony lens, and hence this is a 67mm thread. I have this pouch or box, the plastic one that comes with the filter, so I can always keep it in my bag. I also have the Peter McKinnon 67mm, same ND filter, but this is 6 to 9 stops. So if I'm shooting outdoors in the middle of the day, then that filter that I have sometimes is not strong enough, so I need something stronger. And this one is nice because it comes with the lens cap here, so when not using it, kind of protects the front of the lens, and it's always in this pouch or bag or box, I should say, and it stays there. So it's very neat and clean, and comes with the front cover that protects the ND filter. This is a must-have accessory if you're planning to shoot outdoor during bright sunny day, and if you want to keep your shutter speed and everything low to have that cinematic look at 24 frames per second, then obviously it's going to be too bright and you need some ND filter, whether it be Peter McKinnon, Tiffin, or Hoya. I think either one of them will do the job, but you need to have a variable ND filter so you can adjust the intensity, how dark or how light, depending on the day. So I highly recommend that as one of the accessory that you have to pair with the Sony a7C, especially when shooting in bright light conditions. Alright, moving on, the fourth item in my list is this thing. So this is an eye cap. Basically it does what it says. It acts as a extender to the small tiny viewfinder on the a7C. I find this one very convenient to use because it covers your eyes pretty much. As you can see, it's perfect around the eyes, and it has the hot shoe mount here, so that way it just goes on top of the hot shoe and then sits there without any problem. It sits perfectly. The Sony a7C got 24.2 megapixel, which is very good for taking photos, but because of this small viewfinder, I think it will be not so convenient to use as much as for video. Because of the flip out screen, for video it's good, but for photos I think you still want to use the viewfinder to get your photos or your picture composed better, and to get that experience of clicking it through by looking through the viewfinder. So for that reason, this is a very inexpensive option that you can find on Amazon. I can put the link in the description if you want to check it out. Again, it's going to be an affiliate link. Apart from that, there's nothing major to talk about it. It just does the job what it is supposed to do, which is to give that convenience factor when shooting photos through the viewfinder. Okay, number 5th in my list is definitely a tripod. Whether you use the Joby tripod or some form or version of it, it is good because with handheld, the IBIS is not as great as some of the other cameras because maybe of the smaller body. So I highly recommend that you use some kind of stable tripod to shoot videos, and for photos it doesn't matter. I think IBIS does a good job. But for videos, if you keep the active stabilization off, then it's gonna be horrendous. But if you keep that on, at least it'll save some level of it will provide some level of stabilization. But instead of that, what I do is when I'm sitting down and talking on videos like this, I put it on the tripod. So I have got the Joby tripod, and recently I also got this smaller one. This is called the PGY Tech tripod. This one is more convenient to use because it's very small, and when you close it, it has that nice bend, so I don't have to keep on adjusting the Joby to kind of match, and it never stands straight, and it's always kind of tilted in a weird way. So I don't enjoy using this much, but if I had to wrap the camera around something, then it makes sense to use the Joby, but I rarely do any such things. Most of the time I'll be either hand holding like this, or I'll be sitting and talking to you on a tripod. So the other tripod that I'm using right now is the travel tripod from Peak Design. So I'll do a complete review of that product separately. So that's the final item that I have in my list of top 5 accessories for your Sony a7C camera, especially for videos. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, give it a like, and if you're new here, consider subscribing for similar videos. And before I go, just wanted to see how the lighting is behind me, just testing out some color combination of orange and teal. But I think probably I'll make a video on how I color grade the Sony a7C S-Log 2 footage. That's what I'm using right now on 24 frames per second, and I have just one key light right in front of me. If you're interested in such videos, let me know in the comment section below. I'd be happy to make that. Other than that, nothing else. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye.